Okay, here's this Pacific yew bow made into a bow. It's good to go. Now all I need to do is finish it, and so I'm going to demonstrate wet sanding. This is a mark that I put on all the bows that I make, which are made out of yew. It's a Nordic rune. I've got Norwegian ancestry, and I've always been fascinated by these runes, as crude as they are. This one means yew tree, so I put it on my yew bows. And I sometimes just carve it right in, fill it with epoxy. It looks really cool, but when it's on a full compass bend like this, I only like to make a really shallow mark. And in this case, what I did was I used a blowtorch, and the point of that homemade saw blade knife, and just very gently went poke, poke, pressed and lightly made the rune. It's a little bit crude, but I'm okay with that. That is part of the few errors, the flaws that I left in it, so as not to offend the Lord. The rest of it, of course, is perfect. So here, let's see how this looks. This is tung oil. It's awesome. I need a rag. Here's one. Looks nice. That's just a bare touch of it. So when you wet sand, what you want to do is soak the wood in oil. Let it absorb. You really want to overdo it. You want to put on well more than the wood can soak up. Previous to this stage, even before burning that mark in, I don't know if this is even visible, I sanded this to 150 grit. It's really very smooth now because yew is such a soft wood that you don't need a very high grit to make it very smooth. But what I'm going to do, after I've got it really saturated with oil, oh, it kind of stinks, is sand it with a higher grit paper. With a lot of excess oil on the wood, and this creates a mixture of oil and wood dust, a very fine dust because of the fine grit of the paper I'm going to use, which slurry then fills in the pores of the wood. Yeah, you manage to lift any stray fibers which are agitated by moisture, cut them down, and if they left a little microscopic gap behind them, then the wet sanding slurry will fill that gap in, and it just makes the things look beautiful. So here, after just rubbing it lightly with one coat of oil, look at the difference. It's changed color. It's not the same color. It's more the orange of English yew rather than Pacific yew. Okay, but that's not enough. So I had a better kind of application system so that I could get a steadier stream on here. so I really want to soak it with oil. There, that felt like a good one. When the purpose of oiling wood is to keep it from drying out. That's its primary purpose. Second reason to do it is to keep it from absorbing moisture. So in terms of bow making, the reason that you don't want it to dry out is that dry wood is brittle and it will snap. And in terms of bow making, the reason why you don't want it to absorb moisture and become heavy with water is that then it becomes sluggish and will shoot more slowly. So you work the thing down to the bow that you want it to be at the when it's good moisture level, when it's been drying in a you know, regular room temperature, normal humidity type of place. You know, don't store it in the shower or in the furnace. At this level, what was I leaving? You turn it into a bowl when it's at that kind of moisture content, equilibrium moisture content, and then you seal it with oil. Prevents it from losing any further moisture, prevents it from gaining any additional moisture. So look. It looks pretty nice. See right there? That's where the knot was. It's gone. Just its shadows there. I just love what tongue oil does to wood. Some kind of nut, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's 8 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this video off now. And the next step is gonna be to do exactly what I said, which is soak it with oil and sand it. First with 220 and then with 400.